Hi there guys, so former Anthony Joshua opponent Wladimir Klitschko has had some words of wisdom for his former opponent Anthony Joshua going into his rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. This is what Wladimir Klitschko had to say. The heavyweight division right now is mixed up with a lot of names and different characters. I think it's getting exciting. You looked kind of bored at the same name conquering the division for a decade, so you have different players now. I believe this mixed names in the heavyweight division makes it appealing. I am definitely looking forward to the rematch. Andy Ruiz Jr. as a champion against Anthony Joshua. We know Joshua has lost, as anyone can lose. And now we're going to watch how he can manage this challenge to become champion again. I could think anything, but the reality is anyone can lose a fight, but not everyone can recover. It's the next challenge and I really wish to Anthony that he's going to make it. No disrespect to Andy Ruiz Jr., I think he has done an amazing job, but I've always been a fan of Anthony Joshua since we've met, since actually I was watching him in the Olympics win gold medal. To both fighters, good luck. Let the strongest win. I just really hope Anthony is going to make it. So clearly he doesn't want to really pick a side, but he's on the side of Anthony Joshua because he is a big fan of Anthony Joshua, and I guess you could say that Wladimir Klitschko is some sort of role model to Anthony Joshua, a mentor if you will, and he has always backed Anthony Joshua, especially since his defeat to Anthony Joshua in the 11th round in 2017. So he doesn't want to be seen to be taking sides, but he is clearly on the side of Anthony Joshua. He wants Anthony Joshua to make it. Now, obviously, we are given to understand that Wladimir Klitschko often calls Anthony Joshua to give him advice, and he doesn't do it through the media, he just does it privately, and makes sure that Anthony Joshua is in the right place, and gives him a few tips whenever he needs them. Anthony Joshua has revealed that, but he has rarely come out in the media and said anything about Anthony Joshua until now, and I don't think he would have done without being asked. And it seems like he just wants to see who the best is. He wants to know who is the best, who is going to be the best in the division, and he is excited by the new landscape of the heavyweight division, much as we all are, but it seems like he has a clear favourite and it is Anthony Joshua. Now in the rematch, Anthony Joshua will have to go to places where Wladimir Klitschko has previously gone, because let's remember, Wladimir Klitschko suffered 3 defeats early on in his career. 2 of them were against fighters he should have easily been beating. The other one, Corey Sanders, was a slightly more tricky opponent, but Ross Purity and Lamont Brewster he should have been beating, but he lost to them out of inexperience. And that is much similar to Anthony Joshua. He lost because of inexperience to Andy Ruiz Jr. Now obviously Andy Ruiz Jr. is a much better fighter than Lamont Brewster and Ross Purity, but at the end of the day it was inexperience that cost Anthony Joshua, much as it did for Wladimir Klitschko early on in his career. As soon as he changed things up, he became a champion again, and he reigned for 10 years. Now, there is no saying that Anthony Joshua is going to do that, because you could argue that there is a lot more challenge in the heavyweight division these days, especially with Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Andy Ruiz Jr. obviously at the moment, Joseph Parker, and let's not forget Dillian Whyte. So the heavyweight division is booming, and there is no shortage of opponents. You have so many fighters even coming up through the ranks, Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, and even Nathan Gorman if he gets back to winning ways. So you have to agree with Wladimir Klitschko. The heavyweight landscape is very exciting, and we don't know who will come out on top with all of the belts unified. If that ever even happens, we don't know whether that will happen yet. But all eyes will be on the heavyweight division come the end of the year. We have Deontay Wilder taking on Luis Ortiz in his rematch for the WBC World title, and obviously we have Anthony Joshua taking on Andy Ruiz Jr. to try and reclaim his unified heavyweight titles. So all eyes will be on this division. And going into 2020, it could be completely different to what it is this year. We have no idea who is going to emerge as champion in 2020. And that is what is so exciting about the heavyweight division. One punch can change anything, and you have a different champion. That is why we are so excited about these 2 fights come the end of the year. And all eyes will be on Anthony Joshua as he attempts to reclaim and become 2-time heavyweight champion against Andy Ruiz Jr. Some things will need to be changed in the camp of Anthony Joshua. This time around, Anthony Joshua will need to have a completely better mindset going in there with Andy Ruiz Jr., because that could be the deciding factor. But it is clear that Anthony Joshua clearly has the backing of Wladimir Klitschko, who possibly has been calling him recently to give him some advice in this situation, because he has been there before. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Wladimir Klitschko clearly backing Anthony Joshua in the rematch, but wishing not to disrespect the current champion Andy Ruiz Jr. And are you as excited as he is about the current heavyweight landscape with different champions, different challengers, and they will all have to fight each other if they want to become number 1. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.